My girlfriend texted on my birthday. Surprise. It's not from me. It's from my ex. He still cares about you more than I do, lol. I responded, interesting. Then I opened the gift in front of her friends. It was lingerie in her size with a note meant for her. When everyone realized what they were looking at, my 32nd birthday was supposed to be uneventful. I don't really do parties, just dinner, a few drinks, quiet night in. My girlfriend, Tessa, though, was one of those celebration people. Confetti, Instagram stories, little cakes with sparklers. We'd been together for a little over a year. It was fine, stable mostly. She could be sharp sometimes. Competitive, maybe. Always needed to win an argument, even the tiny ones. Still, she made me laugh, and I'd convinced myself the barbs were just part of her personality. She planned a small get-together at her friend's apartment. Nothing big, she'd said. There'd be her two closest girlfriends, one guy from her office, and me. I didn't love being the only boyfriend in the room, but I figured I'd play along. The morning of my birthday, though, I woke up to a text. From her. Tessa, surprise. It's not from me. It's from my ex, face blowing a kiss. He still cares about you more than I do, lol. I remember blinking at the screen, waiting for a JK or a follow-up. Nothing. It was such a bizarre message that I thought it had to be some kind of inside joke I'd missed. But there it was, time-stamped, unserious tone, like a weird prank. I typed back, me. Interesting. Then put the phone down. No fight. No question mark. No emojis. Just that. That night, I got to her friend's apartment around 7. She was already tipsy, bright lipstick, loud laugh, wearing that brand of confidence that only half masks nerves. Everyone was chatting, music playing low, candles flickering. She hugged me tight and said, "Happy birthday, baby," like the morning hadn't happened. There was a small pile of gifts on the counter, a couple bags from her friends, a box with a big blue ribbon that said, "From all of us, red heart," in Tessa's handwriting. She told me, "You'll love that one. It's the surprise I mentioned earlier." And that's when something in my stomach twisted. I smiled anyway. Guess I should open it now then. She froze just for a second, barely noticeable, then laughed. "Oh, come on. You don't want to do this in front of everyone." But I was already untying the ribbon. Inside the box was tissue paper, a faint perfume smell, and red lace. Lingerie. I didn't touch it, just stared at it for a second. Then I saw the folded card. It wasn't addressed to me. It said, in neat handwriting, "You'll look incredible in this again. Maybe tonight." Signed with a name I recognized, Ryan, her ex. For a few seconds, nobody moved. You could hear the low hum of the refrigerator. Tessa's friend Danielle gasped. Someone whispered, "Oh my God." Tessa's face drained of color, then went bright red. That's not what it looks like," she stammered. I looked up at her. Calm. "Then what does it look like, Tessa?" She opened her mouth, then shut it again. Her coworker, the guy, started laughing under his breath, muttering something about, "This is unreal." Tessa spun toward him. "Shut up, Kyle." The air was so thick with embarrassment, it was almost physical. I gently put the lid back on the box, set it aside, and said, "I think I'll head out. Thanks for the hospitality." Nobody said a word as I grabbed my jacket and left. I didn't text her that night. She called 3 times, then sent a flood of messages. It was a joke, I swear. I didn't know he'd actually send that. "You're being dramatic. Can we please talk?" I turned off my phone. Because here's the thing. That card had handwriting identical to the birthday card she'd given me last year. Same pen, same looped YS. The only thing that wasn't hers was the name at the bottom. The morning after, I woke up to my phone vibrating off the nightstand. Tessa, 23 missed calls. A dozen texts, one voicemail from 3:12 a.m. I didn't listen to the voicemail, but I read the texts. They jumped all over the place, some begging, "Please, please just let me explain," some angry, "You made me look insane in front of my friends," some manipulative, "If you cared at all, you wouldn't humiliate me like that." I didn't respond. Instead, I went into the kitchen, made coffee, and sat with the box from the night before. I'd brought it home with me. The lingerie still smelled faintly like her perfume. I noticed the tag was cut off, not new. Then I noticed something else. The card wasn't in Ryan's handwriting. I knew that because I'd seen Ryan's writing once. On a Christmas card she kept from him in a photo box under her bed. She'd shown me, weirdly proud that her ex still sent cards sometimes. His handwriting was messy, almost all caps. The note in the gift box was elegant, practiced, with perfect loops. Her handwriting. I texted Danielle, her best friend, the one who'd gassed at the party. We weren't close, but she'd always seemed the most grounded. I sent a photo of the card and said, "Does this look like his writing to you?" She replied 5 minutes later, "Oh my God, that's hers. I'm sorry." Then another. "She told us you two had some kind of weird revenge gift thing going on. Said it was a private joke." That's when I realized it. Tessa had staged the entire thing. They from my ex text, the surprise gift, all of it. My guess? She wanted a reaction. A jealous explosion she could show her friends to prove I cared. Except I didn't explode. I stayed calm. I opened the box, and her lie collapsed in front of an audience. Around noon, she showed up at my apartment, banging on the door, shouting through it. "You humiliated me on purpose. You knew what that was about." I didn't open it. Just said, "Go home, Tessa." She kept going for a few minutes, alternating between sobbing and accusing me of setting her up. When she realized I wasn't coming out, she screamed, "I should have just told everyone what you did to me." That one made me pause, because I hadn't done anything, but I suddenly understood what she was threatening. I opened the peephole. She was standing there, mascara streaked, filming herself with her phone, recording some kind of tearful selfie rant right outside my door. That's when I hit record on my own phone. Not dramatic, just careful. I filmed the peephole view for a solid 30 seconds, then called the building security. They came up, asked her to leave, told her they were saving the hallway footage. 2 hours later, a friend sent me a screenshot of Tessa's Instagram story. A crying selfie, captioned, "When someone gaslights you into thinking you're crazy broken heart." Another slide. "Imagine being so cold you open a private gift just to hurt me." She tagged me. I didn't reply, but I saved every screenshot. Then, I sent her a single text. "Take down the posts by 6 p.m. or I'll contact an attorney for defamation. Building security has footage of you filming outside my door." She read it instantly. I saw the typing, bubble, then nothing. At 5:47 p.m., her post disappeared. That night, Danielle called. She sounded nervous. "Tessa's freaking out," she said. "She thought you were bluffing about the lawyer. She's saying she didn't mean for it to blow up like this." "Didn't mean to?" I asked. "She brought her own humiliation to a party and filmed herself crying at my door." "I know," Danielle sighed. "But she's saying she only did it because she thought you were pulling away. She wanted to make you react." There was silence. Then Danielle added quietly, "She's seeing a therapist now. I think she knows she messed up bad." I said, "I hope she gets better," and meant it. A week later, I met with an attorney anyway. Not to sue, just to get my bases covered. He told me documenting everything had been the smartest move possible. He drafted a short cease and desist letter for my records, which I emailed to her and her family. Nothing dramatic, just formal notice that if she posted anything further, I'd pursue legal action. No response. No more posts. No more late-night knocks on my door. But the weirdest part? A month later, on my way to grab groceries, I got a text from a random number. "You were right to open the box." No name, but I didn't need one. It wasn't angry. It wasn't manipulative. Just tired. I didn't respond. Because there's a point where even closure feels like bait.update.it had been about 4 months since the gift incident. Life was quiet again, suspiciously so, like after a long storm when you keep waiting for thunder that never comes. I'd gone back to work, started jogging again, even reconnected with some friends I'd distanced myself from while I was with Tessa. She'd become a ghost. No calls, no posts, no mentions. Then one morning, I got a message from a coworker. "Hey man, is this about you?" It was a link to a YouTube video uploaded by some commentary channel with 300K subscribers. Thumbnail: he opened the box at his own birthday party. Storytime, emotional. Title: Tessa tells her truth broken heart. I clicked. It was her. Sitting in her car, fake lashes, soft lighting, voice trembling in that performative influencer way, half confession, half branding. So, a while ago, I was in a relationship where I wasn't appreciated. I made a mistake. I let my emotions take over, and it blew up. But what people don't understand is how emotionally unavailable he was, how cold. I just wanted him to react. She never said my name, but every detail was unmistakable. The birthday party, the gift mix-up, the unresponsive boyfriend. She framed it as mutual toxicity, like we'd both done terrible things to each other. "Looking back," she said, I think we both hurt each other in ways we didn't understand. Except I hadn't posted about her. I hadn't said a single word. She ended it with a soft smile. If you're watching this, I hope you've healed. I have. The comments were full of sympathy. You were brave to share this. He sounds emotionally manipulative. Some men just don't know how to love sensitive women. I felt not angry, just numb. Like someone had rewritten my life in another language and made me the villain again. But this time, I didn't reach out. I didn't text, didn't threaten, didn't defend myself online. I just sent the video to my lawyer. He replied within the hour, already drafting a follow-up to the previous notice. We'll handle it. 3 days later, her video went private. Then, a week after that, I got another email, this time from someone else. A producer from a mid-tier podcast that covered digital age relationships. They wanted me to come on to tell my side. I declined, politely, because that's how it starts, the cycle of exposure, justification, reaction, and I'd already seen what that did to her. Instead, I wrote a private statement, time-stamped it, sent it to my lawyer, and kept it offline. It was a simple document outlining what had actually happened, the texts, the handwriting match, the security footage. If she ever escalated again, I'd be ready. But I wouldn't perform my pain for clicks. 2 months later, I got one more unexpected message. It was from Danielle. Hey, just wanted you to know, Tessa's not online anymore. She had a breakdown after that last video. She's in treatment now. Told me she's sorry for everything. I sat with that for a while, then wrote back. I hope she finds peace. Because I meant it. And I think that's when I finally understood something. Some people don't set out to destroy you. They just can't live without a mirror. If you stop reflecting their chaos, they'll invent a version of you that keeps the drama alive. The best revenge isn't silence out of spite. It's silence out of freedom. Final update that it's been a little over a year since the night with the box. If you told me then that I'd ever think of Tessa with anything other than frustration, I'd have laughed. But time does strange things. It sands down even the sharpest edges, until all that's left is something you can hold without bleeding. I moved cities 6 months ago. New job, quieter place. No mutual friends, no half-remembered stories about that crazy birthday. Just life, simple, quiet, unrecorded. Then, about 2 weeks ago, I got a call from an unknown number. I almost didn't answer, but curiosity got the better of me. Hi, a woman's voice said, hesitant. This is Erin. I'm Tessa's sister. That made me sit up. She said she'd found my number in an old group chat while going through Tessa's things. She wanted to let me know that Tessa had checked herself into a long-term treatment facility a few months ago. Depression, anxiety, and what Erin called impulse control issues. She said she's been writing letters, not sending them, just trying to make peace. There was a pause, and then she asked me to tell you she's sorry, and that she knows you never did anything to deserve what she put you through. I didn't say anything for a few seconds. Erin added, quietly, she's doing better now. She's finally off social media. She paints. She actually smiles. That caught me off guard. I'd forgotten what her real smile even looked like. I thanked Erin for the call and told her I wished Tessa well. We hung up. That night, I sat in my kitchen for a long time, staring at the half-empty glass in front of me. Not sad, not nostalgic, just reflective. I thought about how small decisions can destroy whole years, how one person's need for validation can turn another person's life into collateral damage, and how, even then, you can't always hate them for it. Tessa wasn't evil. She was fragile and selfish in the way people get when they confuse attention for affection. The internet just gave her a megaphone for it. What she did was cruel, but it came from a place of fear, not malice. Fear of being invisible. And I think that's the saddest part. She couldn't tell the difference between being seen and being known. I haven't heard from her since that call. I don't expect to, but the story still circulates sometimes. Every few months, someone reposts a clip from her old videos or a viral Storytime thread paraphrases the whole thing. It's always slightly wrong, dates blurred, details swapped, me turned into some caricature of a stoic boyfriend. I don't correct them anymore, because my life isn't a counterpoint to her narrative. It's something entirely separate. The truth exists in documents, texts, and security footage, but also in the way I sleep at night now. Deeply, quietly, without rehearsing comebacks or replaying scenes. A few weeks ago, I started seeing someone new. Her name's Leah. She doesn't post much, barely uses her phone. The first time she came over, she asked about the unopened box on the top shelf of my closet, the one with the red ribbon still around it. I told her it was just a reminder. She smiled. Of what? I said. That sometimes the gift is realizing when to walk away. If you're wondering whether I ever forgave Tessa, yes, in my own way. Not because she earned it, but because carrying her shadow was starting to feel like dragging an anchor. Forgiveness wasn't a favor to her. It was release for me.